day of camping, it's nice to unwind with a nice, relaxing campfire song. I call this one the Campfire Song. Let's gather round the campfire and sing our campfire song. Our CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. CAMPFIRESONG song. And if you don't think that we can sing it faster, then you're wrong. But it'll help if you just sing along. CAMPFIRESONG song. Patrick!
Salt! CAMPFIRESONG!
Squidward! Good!
Well, hello everybody! How are you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon? Hope you're ready for some intense quilting today. I am your host, Holly, from Coyote Creek Gamble, live in Pier today. And we're going to talk about using your long arm for the backside with the laser light. So first of all, let's get unpacked for our camping trip. All good Gamble quilters need a good backpack to carry all their good stuff. It's always good to have a nice warm sweatshirt to get yourself nice and toasty. Everybody needs a water bottle. Of course, camping is nothing without your graham crackers, your marshmallows, and of course, your little Hershey's chocolate bar for some s'mores. Very good camper needs a bug kit. And of course, we all need the little tweezers if either we're ripping out or we're catching bugs. Everybody needs a flashlight so we can see. And of course, we need our bug net and our magnifying glass. So let's get started. We'll put all this aside for later so we can have us a treat. We have our campfire going. We got our games ready. We have our hand sanitizer, and we are ready to rock and roll today. So I am working on a Gamble Vision. You're smiling, Vicki. What's going on?
I see a lot of thumbs up.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better than thumbs down. So, all right. So today we are in the store in the back part of the shop working with the Vision 18.8. This is our machine that we call the baby because it's the smallest machine that Gamble does offer, and this one just has the hand-guided regulation on it. And it does work off a touchscreen tablet, and you can work from the back like we're going to do today for pantographs. And the tablet also turns around to the front if you're working from the front side. So this is a really nice feature here. And it's all touch screen, and you can take the tablet off and you can work on it closer to you, whatever you're going to be doing for that time being. So as I shut it down, touching everything. All right. So today we're going to talk about pantographs and using the backside for whatever you choose to do. Now my fun feature today is using maybe for children or people who don't have the experience of following lines. This is good practice items. Now what I did is I went to just the store and just picked up some simple coloring books, and if you just find some different designs that you can use and follow with your laser. And I just grabbed a couple just out of the coloring book that are just kind of simple designs. And of course I did mine because our theme is camping and tents. For intense quilting, those are the designs that I'm working with. Of course we got a little minion here. But you can also go to the internet and just print them, and they're downloadable. So you can search any type of design you might want to find. Now these are ones that I did pick up off and they're just free printables. And they're just some basic camping ones. And we're going to work on today. So we're going to work using the tent, obviously, intense. And then so here you have different options when you're searching. This one came up under campfire, and this one came up under fire. So when you're searching, that's something you can be aware of, how things pop up in the search engine. If you're going to search for something, this one popped up under s'mores. I don't know if you can see it. This is a little game too. But just, it's a little option for when you're searching different things. Sometimes you don't always get what you're looking for. This is also, of course, we have a burning marshmallow on fire. A nice toasty marshmallow. Who that be? Debbie and Al, that's going to shine at night when you're camping. And then, of course, there are quilt patterns that you can find. And there's different ones there, but it just gives you an option to pick some different ones to play with and get your skills down. Now this one here I did print, and it depends on your computer and your printing capabilities. This one I just printed at regular setting, and then I blew it up to 200. So I know different people have other options for their printing. Some people have wide paper and other things that they can do. So everything is going to be, again, conducive to what your options are at home, or if you have someone who works at the printer. Like Vicki works for a printer, and they send her things to print all the time, and you go as large as
12 by 18.
12 by 18 sheets. So these are just smaller 8.5 by 11s. So again, different options for you to try. So, and then I also just got a blank pad at the store too. And then you can, what you can do here, again, you can take your drawing tools and just mark your designs to play and make your own, and then you can follow them with the laser. Oh, that didn't get down. So you can come up with different shapes, and this would be a way for you to practice your skills using your laser and your pantographs without having to do too much expense, but just play around. So what we're going to do here now, your laser light is designated back here on the back side of the machine, and you can move it so you can get lined up where you want to quilt on the top of your quilt, and then move your laser to match. So I want to quilt over here, so I'm just going to move my pad to make sure I move my laser light to where I want it to quilt. So if we're going to do the tents, we'll put our tent over here.
What brand is the tablet?
It's a Samsung tablet. It comes with your machine.
With the program preloaded?
Yes. This one is the Vision. You know, when you get the Elevate, that is the computerized system added to it. It is the same tablet, but the computer that, the program that's loaded on it is different, but it's still all touchscreen. So if I want to do constant, if I want to do regulate, I can do coast regulate, I can baste, and then I have my horizontal locks right up here. You can hear that little click. It's on, it's off, on, off, and then you can see your laser right here is on and off. So as I hit that button, it goes dark, and then my laser goes dark. Hit that button again up here, laser comes on, laser light is on. So this is all touchscreen up here on the tablet. You have a time clock, you can have tie-offs, your bobbin thread. So there's a lot of different options, and up here in the upper left on the Vision, there's a menu, and it will give you information, your service and maintenance, and your manual, and everything is right here. So there we go. So right now it's in the base mode. What we want to do is just we're going to go to coast regulate, and we're going to just go ahead and do 10 stitches right now and a speed of 25. So that's telling me we're ready to go. I'm going to get my laser in position. I'm going to switch with Vicki. And I'm not a hand guider, so please don't hold that against me. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take a single stitch. Pull up our bobbin thread. Alrighty, we're lined up there, and then we're just going to start stitching, and I am not looking at the needle. I am following my laser down here at the bottom. Now what you want to keep in mind is you want to try and follow ahead of where you're actually stitching. So you want to be thinking ahead when you go. So I'm going to turn it on, and we're going to move forward. that's my first part. Now what I can do is I can keep going, I can cut my thread, or if I can do something else, I can just do my own little adjustment, follow back along. And do my little tent pose. And back along, and I can stop then. Now if I want to go back and do something else, I can, or I can tie off. This is where you can get creative, because maybe now I have a different design that I want to throw in there. And then maybe right there at the side of the fire, excuse me, let's do something a little bit smaller. On the back side of the tent, let's put a tree back there. So I'm just going to move it and take a different, because I didn't want this tent, I wanted that tent. So now I'm going to put my tree over here, and I'm just going to turn it on, and I'm going to follow my trees. So I've got one tree there, and now let's put, let's see what else. Maybe we should do that owl. Oh, that fire's too big. Now we can just play. Now I'm just kind of following what I already did on my own. So this is just filling in free-handed, just so I can get back to the other side of the tent. And I'm just coming back here. I'm going to put a slat in the tent, and I'm going to come over here, and then I'm going to stop. There we go. So there are other options that you can do when you're doing this. Let me see here. We want to make sure we get some marshmallows in there, and we're just going to pull that up. And now we're going to follow. And now I'm, again, just doing a little free-handed work, because I don't get to play very often. So I'm just going to put a little divider here. All right, now I've stopped that. Now the fun part about this, because you're using coloring book pages, this is a great resource for younger quilters. This is not going to hurt your machine at all. So if you have young adults or younger children that you want them to play, have them bring their coloring book pages over. They can do their butterflies, their Elsa from Frozen. They can do Lego Man, anything that they prefer to try. So let's see if we can follow the laser light and do a fire. All right. I'm going to just move this over here. And we're going to follow that laser light again, and it's going to quilt out there. Now I have hit the bar because I didn't leave myself enough room for that, but I can improvise and just kind of come back around and do my own thing until I get back on track. Excuse me.
Campfire smoke must be blowing in your face.
Excuse me, yes. Need my water bottle. Do we have any questions? Oh, okay, let's take that off. And I'm just going to pull up the thread. The main thing I like it for is the fact that you can, it's another way to get young people involved in quilting. You want to find any way, if you don't want them using your computer, then this is something they can do. Set them up with a blank canvas. They can quilt to their heart's content, but sometimes they don't know exactly what it is that they're looking to do. But that's why using the color book option gives them something fun that they can do. So here's my notebook. So if we wanted to go back over here.
I have a question.
Okay.
On this machine, since it's not computerized, does it have belts like the Elevate does?
No, it does not.
So if this was on my Elevate, I would take the belts off or disconnect the belts if I was doing it.
You don't have to. your machine can still run with belts on hand guided. It's just going to be a little bit stiffer. If you take the belts on, it's just a matter of those two screws that you have on the two belts. It will give a little bit smoother and lighter weight feel, because you can feel this goes really smooth because there's nothing to it. Once you put the belts on, it's going to be computer assist.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so here's if we wanted to just do, I know, excuse me, sorry, gotta get moving. I was thinking, you've seen a lot of people do ruler work, and you can do great ruler work from the front side of the machine, but sometimes this gives you a nice chance to play and do some different designs. So here we will go. This is just the outline of the ruler. It's good practice tools if you want to do like graffiti quilting. Now, I wore my graffiti tennis shoes today just so you can see, get inspired in all different places. That seems to be the big thing right now. That's why I printed off this other design, because you can really kind of play and do some really crazy designs. But we're just going to go back and do this real simple ruler. All right.
So from this side, I can see it's important to make sure your quilt is the correct way up on the machine, because from this side, the design is upside down.
Yes, correct. I was trying to make it visually easier to see when you're sewing. This would be the correct side, but you could load it that way. You could, again, you can load it so you're seeing exactly what you're doing if you're going to be doing it all from the back side. It's all up to you how you're going to do it. This was already pre-quilted. This was my sample from a couple other videos. So it's loaded this way, and I was just quilting this way, so on the camera it would not be upside down.
Okay, so I have a question here from Yvonne. She says, if I wanted to add, say, a small motif in a block, can I move the laser to the front and work from there?
Yes, you can always have your laser anywhere, but where is she getting her motif from? Because the motif is going to be, this is for pantographs on the back side, working from the back side.
So I have an Elevate myself, so if I wanted to add a motif, I would probably switch to computerized and take a computerized program and put it in that space.
In your square, yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But this is for using pantographs off the back side of the machine. There's many numerous ways that quilters do adjust to what it is they're trying to achieve. This is just one simple way to use pantographs, and actually my focus here today, I guess maybe was a little bit to have a little bit of fun and to think about young students that you might want to get them interested. We have a lady that's using the front machine, and it's a way to get her granddaughter interested. She can come in with her own designs and follow along.
So Yvonne is saying that her motif would be just on a piece of paper. So I would think, guessing, that you would just want to line it up with what you want to line up on the front.
On the front, yeah.
And do it from the back.
There might be someone else out there that has another question. I'll have to get back to her on that, because I don't normally do hand guiding. So it's one of those things that I kind of play around a little bit. So there's many different options and many different ways to do things for what you are personally trying to achieve. Anything else? I hope you all are staying safe out there. I did want to have a little shout out to South Dakota, because we're a little crazy out here, that we have a couple very many distilleries that have gone to making hand sanitizer. So this is not vodka, though it smells like it. It's a hand sanitizer from the Badlands Distillery, and we put it in our spray bottle here, and we squirt things down, and it's a very liquidy substance. And then there's another distillery in Vermilion, and they've got another sanitizer. So we're all staying safe, and we're all sanitizing, and so just want to shout out to everybody thinking about you. Hope everything's going well and you have a start to your summer. I think it's time to grab a marshmallow and enjoy the rest of our afternoon. What do you say, Vicki?
It's more for me.
Now we do have major s'mores here, so let's put a little toasted over the campfire some. So we appreciate you stopping in here at Gamble these last few weeks. If you have any questions, please feel free to follow up with them. Gamble Live at 3 o'clock, and I think today might be the last one. I'm not sure. We'll have to double check on that. So this is Holly and Vicki in South Dakota up here, live coming at you today. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.